Welcome to Friday, April 22nd, 2022. This Day Weather Podcast brought to you exclusively by Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's news authority. Visit them at cowboystatedaily.com and on their Facebook page. Well, there's no changes. The storm is coming. There's kind of no way to turn this one around. No significant changes in the data overnight. Everything we see on the satellite imagery and the development of the storm system is all coming together. We're going to see rain and thunderstorms developing in the Great Basin states today, then moving into the Rockies. A changeover to snow will happen tonight and into Saturday morning over central, northern Wyoming, Montana, and the western Dakotas. It is looking likely that this could be a blizzard situation. I think it will. For most of northeastern Wyoming, southeast Montana, western South Dakota, western North Dakota, extremely dangerous conditions for livestock. Also, travel, especially along Interstate 90, I-25, the secondary roads and highways next to those interstates, as well as, I think, sections of Interstate 80. In south central Wyoming are going to have some problems as well. Heavy snow in the mountains. This will be a nice boost to the snowpack. A break in the weather. We can catch our breath while it is going to still be a bit cool Monday. The weather Monday through Thursday of next week looks pretty quiet before the next weather system arrives towards late next week or next weekend. Satellite photo today showing the storm moving into eastern areas of Nevada and western areas of Utah. Notice this blue area right here. These are low stratus clouds and areas of fog. In fact, we had some fog this morning around this area here and over eastern areas of Colorado. Southerly winds coming up from the south, being drawn up by the counterclockwise spin around this low, bringing high humidity air into this area right here. We've got dew points, which is a good way to measure the amount of water in the air, that are in the 50s in some areas in these blue areas. That's setting the stage for what will be some strong to severe thunderstorms in some areas of the high plains today. This is just a classic spring storm. Heavy thunderstorm activity ahead of it, then winter conditions on the back side of it. Already, we've got showers developing in this area here. A lot of instability coming in with the storm system. Here it is by noon today. By noon today, it's in southwestern areas of Utah. Southerly wind flow ahead of it, bringing in that warmer air. Then as it jumps over the Continental Divide, the storm intensifies. Before it jumps over the divide, though, here's the trail of predicted lightning strikes by 6 o'clock today, by 6 p.m. So by late afternoon and evening, there's going to be an axis of heavy thunderstorm activity here. And then across the Rockies, we're going to see some thunderstorms developing here in central, southeastern Wyoming, western South Dakota, western Nebraska. Some of these thunderstorms, especially the ones right here, could end up being severe by midnight tonight. By midnight tonight, you can see a very active pattern of thunderstorms in this arc right here, and this will be mostly rain. This is the same thing we showed you yesterday. Some strong thunderstorm cells in parts of Nebraska, Colorado, and western Kansas during the evening and nighttime hours. We're hoping that there's going to be some rain with some of those there, but there's going to be some severe weather to contend with. Here you can see, as we talked yesterday, we felt that maybe they would draw the lines further west, and that's exactly what's happened with the worst severe weather here. But you can see there's been a westward push where severe weather could happen for some of you in the high plains region this evening and tonight. By tomorrow morning, this is by 6 a.m. tomorrow, that low is really coming together right where Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wyoming meet. That's basically what we've been seeing with the modeling for the last several days, and there's been no changes. As that storm intensifies and really comes together, you can see it get stronger. The more circles, the more black lines here that go around the storm, the more intense, the deeper the low pressure is. That's what makes the winds get going. And also, there's just a good tap of moisture coming up from the southeast being drawn into the storm. That's why it's going to be so heavy. The Gulf of Mexico is open for business. The door is open to allow that transport of moisture up from the south and east. This is why spring storms can be very productive with precipitation. This is the precipitation forecast. It looks very similar to what we've shown you lately. The axis of heaviest moisture goes from northeastern Wyoming through the western Dakotas, through southeastern Montana. You see lots of threes there, lots of ones, lots of twos. 1 to 3 inches of water is going to be a really good bet with this storm system. And you can see the cutoff, the downsloping effect for southeastern Wyoming and the front range of Colorado means not much moisture. Now this moisture I want to show you right here, This could be a pocket of rain showers and thunderstorms on Sunday that come in on the backside of the system. So there might be some hope for Denver and Colorado Springs to maybe get moisture this weekend, mainly Sunday into Sunday night. Maybe. We'll see, but I think that is a possibility. And then as you can see, the mountain terrain here is going to do very, very well with getting more moisture. Bighorns about ready to get walloped. The Black Hills going to get walloped. Focusing in tighter here, you can see what we've been showing you for the last couple of days, and this is why the models have been showing such consistency. This is really the dividing line. North of this line is where the heavier snow and stormy weather is going to be. This is where the blizzard warnings and the winter storm watches and warnings are in effect. You get south of this line here, you get into this downsloping hole right here. So Laramie, Cheyenne, Fort Collins, Greeley. There's going to be some showers. Sidney, Nebraska as well, but it's just not going to be much. You've got to go further north with this system. Notice Crook, Weston counties, Niobrara County, parts of Natrona, Converse, then up in the Johnson, Sheridan counties here. This is where things are really going to get going. One reason why you see this blue line here, it's because these are winds going upslope against the higher terrain, the east slopes of the Wind Rivers, upslope against Casper Mountain, upslope along the Pine Ridge. This is where the terrain plays a really, really big role in where the heavier moisture will be. Notice this arch of heavier moisture right here. This is what's going to get the Sierra Madres in the Snowy Range with heavy snow. And there's that stretch of I-80 here, west of Laramie to Rock Springs, and even all the way to Evanston. That's going to be a trouble area during the day tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon and evening. Interstate 90, I-25 up here and adjacent roads and highways. Then all roads and highways up here going to be a real mess. Look at these snow totals. These are very impressive. I don't think these are unreasonable. I think what we're seeing here, I think we could get close to that, but there's going to be melting. There's going to be settling. The ground is really warm, so the first several inches of snow will melt and get compacted. The winds will be a problem. This is by noon tomorrow. Look at the wind gusts. This is why we're worried about a blizzard situation. Now, you may notice these gaps in the wind right here. Why is that? These are wind shadows. This is a wind shadow off the Black Hills. This is a wind shadow off the Bighorns. But in between those wind shadows, look at these wind gusts in northeastern Wyoming and southeastern Wyoming and western Nebraska by noon tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, the higher winds are going to be up here. There's those wind shadows again. But notice the very high winds over western South Dakota, northeastern Wyoming, eastern Montana, western North Dakota. This is why we've got blizzard warnings in effect for those areas. The winds finally begin to die down a little bit Sunday, but even Sunday, they're still going to be very strong here. Long term, this is the break in the weather. This is for Tuesday. High pressure comes in. Next week, Monday through Thursday, should bring a warm up. There may be a little bit of a front coming in overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, but it's going to be towards next weekend. This is by late Friday into Saturday. The next low comes off the West Coast and towards the Rockies. So buckle up, get ready. It's on the way for you folks in northern and central Wyoming, the western Dakotas, eastern Montana. Be ready. No turning back. This will be another harsh winter storm that's going to be stressful on livestock and travelers, but it's going to bring a big, big chunk of badly needed moisture. Have a great weekend.